Hi out there. In this video, we are going to talk about e-commerce and selling products online. If you want to sell products online, you basically have two options. The most popular methods of selling online are either selling direct, which you see companies like Apple do. If you go on their website and you buy an iPhone, that's selling direct, or reselling, which is also known as an affiliate program or partner programs, things like that. There's pros and cons to both, and we're going to go over them a little bit so that hopefully by the end of the video you have a clearer idea of how you want to sell your product online. Let's start with the affiliate side of things and see how that works as a reseller. We're at Amazon because this is the reseller headquarters. A lot of people don't realize that when they come to Amazon and purchase a product and have it delivered to their home, that it's not actually coming from Amazon. In many cases, it's individuals selling these products that Amazon couldn't necessarily procure or didn't have stocked around in their warehouse. That's common practice for how Amazon works. As far as the consumer, you feel all nice and fuzzy inside knowing that everything's basically backed by Amazon and there's no scamness going on here. Scamness, that's a word, right? Okay. Anyway, so moving on. So if I was to say to myself, hey, I'm going to get my dog some cool toys, see what I can do. I see here that there's tons of cool toys, Amazon's choice, they break it down for me, all these cool stars. If I want to go ahead and buy this toy right here, what you'll see is it's sold by Van Shine and fulfilled by Amazon. So what that means is that Van Shine is actually the company that is manufacturing or procuring this product, and then they are going and putting it on Amazon. Okay? So if I was to click on their storefront, you can see that they've got the reviews, all of the information about them. Let's see if I go right to their storefront. And here's their actual storefront. So Van Shine actually goes into Amazon, they log in and they add their products, and then their products become available on Amazon. And they pay a portion to Amazon and they get a portion back to themselves as profit, hopefully. That's how it works in a lot of cases. Not every case. Sometimes the products are actually sold by Amazon, or in other cases, a company like Van Shine might not use Amazon.com. Let's see if Van Shine's actually got their own website. We see them here on Amazon. And I don't think they have their own website. So that sort of goes to show you the power of Amazon. They're selling directly through Amazon. They didn't go the route of, hey, we're going to get a developer, start an e-commerce website, handle all that stuff. We're just going to sell directly on Amazon. So that's one way that you can sell your product right away. And, depending on how you want to break down your process, your materials, how you procure things, that's totally up to you when it comes to sort of refining what it costs for you to fulfill this process. You know what I mean? The net profit that you make overall. There's other variables that you can sort of work on to make that a little bit lower or a little bit better. But anyway, so that's my whole point. A lot of people just use Amazon; they just become resellers. Now the thing is, it's risky because I've seen and heard stories where Amazon kind of rips off products a little bit. And I'm not saying they're going to do that. I'm not saying that at all. But there's also the concern of other vendors seeing your product and then getting the idea, hey, I'm going to make this too. So that's one thing that does sort of happen on Amazon. You really need to be careful. That is, in a nutshell, reselling. Okay, there's other ways that you can do this. If I was quickly to give you like a quick example of how this whole process would break down, somebody could go to something like Alibaba, which is where is it? A wholesale supplier. So this is more international type products. Products that you see in the U.S., but products that are also all over the world. So you could be ordering a product from China, India, what have you. And the products are really cheap because, in many cases they're cheap, or you couldn't get them in bulk. And by getting them in bulk, you get them for cheaper. So if I wanted to take perhaps this product right here and resell it on Amazon, I could do that. I could resell it on Amazon for maybe $5-6 and make a little bit of a profit. In doing that, I would have to procure this product from whoever, Hazugway Real Time Industries. I would have to procure it from them and then send it to my customer. Okay, the customer who orders it off of Amazon. So considering that you need to order it from these guys and then you need to do some work, maybe package it up and then resell it to a customer, you might want to add a few dollars here because you're doing some work now. And you might ask yourself, like, well, why does your end customer not just come to Alibaba and buy it? Well, a lot of times they don't know about it. They're concerned about buying from, less reputable companies. Not that this company is less reputable, but less reputable in the U.S. So sometimes they're paying you for that convenience, okay? But you need to figure out the logistics of it all and how you're going to handle customer service. I mean, do you want customers calling your house or calling your business? That's something that you need to worry about. So that is basically how the whole referral side of things go. Buy something from Alibaba, turn around and list it on Amazon and make some money. Okay, that's all you need to do without an e-commerce website. And by the way, there's other websites rather than just Amazon. If you were to just look for affiliate websites or other basically you can become affiliate of a lot of big businesses. That's not what this video is about. This is about distinguishing e-commerce, how you need to use it for the product that you want to sell. So let's just go ahead and move on here. So the other one was selling direct. We can get rid of this for now. And for an example of selling direct, we're going to go over to these guys, apple.com. Apple sells direct and they make a killing because they're getting the highest profit available. Because they're not paying a middleman, they're not paying, a reseller, they're not doing any of that. Although that does sound great, this is where you really need to consider the logistics, the shipping, and the customer service. If you're getting a product from Alibaba, as we talked about, where is that? Alibaba. So if you're getting a product from here, and you want to take that product, and you want to put it on your own e-commerce website, you could do that and you could sell it for whatever you want and you don't have to pay Amazon or anybody else to do it. But you have to worry about logistics and customer service. That's number one. The second thing, when you want to sell direct, you have to have a website built. And there's a whole nother list of options to that. But again, that usually breaks down to two options. You can either use a content management system, which is something like WordPress, Shopify, Magento for like a higher end store, or you can custom code your own e-commerce website or pay somebody to do it. And the thing about that is custom code is great because you might be saying to yourself, I have this great idea, I don't want anybody to copy it, nothing like this has ever been done before, I want my own e-commerce store. If you're developing a new product with a new e-commerce store that's custom programming, just assume that you're going to need to keep that programmer, whoever it is that built that store, basically on the payroll for the existence of that product. And I don't mean to sound so dramatic, but if your e-commerce website is 80%, 90% draw of your revenue, then the person who built that is going to sort of have some power in controlling that. So you sort of need to keep them on your side and maybe get some good contracts in place. But in my experience, in the past 20 years of dealing with e-commerce websites, I find that most people in the end usually use a content management system. And things are easier. From there, if they develop, they usually end up using a higher end content management system like Magento. It's just easier not to recreate the wheel. Most of the things that you want to do are built into these systems nowadays. Now, I'm not saying that there is no case where you don't need a brand new, completely custom, start from scratch e-commerce website built, but that's very, very unlikely, and you want to avoid that situation. So as long as you consider the things that I sort of mentioned in this video, you are way ahead of the people that have sort of said, hey, let's get this e-commerce website up and running, and we're going to start rolling in money. It just doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. You need to figure out how you're going to sell your product, where you're going to get your product. And I haven't even talked about a lot of the restrictions and regulations that you might face, or paying for web cost as far as domain hosting, those types of things. And then marketing, that's the other part of it. People think that just because they have this great product idea and they make it come to fruition, and voila, here it is on the website, you can click and you can order it, that they're gonna be successful. And that just doesn't work that way. Once you decide how you're going to sell that product or your product, and how you want to display it to people and how you want to get it to them, then you need to really worry about how you're going to make that product blow up. How do you market? How do you advertise? How do you stand out from the crowd? So for people to think that it's just, hey, get this e-commerce website up, get this product going, and I'm going to start rolling in the dough, it doesn't work that way. So hopefully I've given you some things to think about when it comes to your e-commerce website and selling your products online. I'm always available, and have a great day.